Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and watch us make this money disappear. Welcome to another episode of Football Clowns Anonymous. This is a podcast run by and for NFL fans, and this project is basically designed to create a fan community for those who enjoy often questionable takes, analysis, and predictions surrounding all things NFL. Our show is coming to you on YouTube and Spotify, so we hope you leave us a review, leave us a comment, and feel free to send us an email at footballclownsanonymous@gmail.com if you want to. We encourage you also to sign up for an NFL Confidence Pick'em that we're running this year. Go to ESPN Pick'em games and search for Football Clowns Anonymous. There's a $20 buy-in, and we're going to be doing Confidence Pick'ems. And if we get enough people, we'll do weekly and season-long payouts so you can join in as one of the football clowns yourselves. And of course, by we, I mean myself, Bren Smith, and you can call him the Oracle, my co-host, joining us from Buffalo, New York, the one and only Kurtis Pinkney. Are you as fired up as I am that the NFL season starts next week, sir?
Bro, this is the most wonderful time of the year. We don't mess with Christmas, Halloween, Easter, St. Patty's Day, none of that, bro. The opening kickoff is what we live for, and what better game to start the season with than the reigning Super Bowl champions taking on the Dallas Cowboys, who won't have Micah Parsons. It's just you couldn't ask for anything better.
I teed you
couldn't ask for anything better.
I teed you up real good for that, didn't I? I wasn't even thinking about your Eagles at that moment.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm just excited for football to be back and not hear any more of this Philly disgusting fest. Terrible.
What you mean? What are you referring to? The reigning Super Bowl champions and how they beat the Kansas City Chiefs in humiliating fashion. That one.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I'm not a Chiefs backer, but I'll never forgive the Eagles for the 2017 NFC Championship game where we could have had a home Super Bowl, and old habits die hard. But I am happy that I have Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith stack on my dynasty team in what looks to be another high-flying Eagles offense this year. So
yes,
mixed feelings at best.
Please stop trying to ruin that team. You're trying your hardest, bro. You're trying your hardest to ruin that team.
I don't know if I'm doing any such thing. I'm not a legitimate championship contender at this point, and selling Cortland Sutton at the age of 29 is debatable.
For a Chris Godwin who is also 29 with a busted knee. When you sent me that's how I knew you weren't thinking clearly. I was like, okay.
And a first round pick. Come on.
In 2028, sir. Okay. And you're giving up next year's second?
I'm in this for the long haul.
Stop it. When you sent that trade and you were like, what do you think about this one? I was just like, okay, sir. Let's go ahead and just put your phone down for a minute because you're obviously drunk. And we don't need to be doing this way. There is no drinking and trading, sir.
I might have to send this episode now to Eric Stormy Lindstrom, who's trying to wrestle.
Absolutely unacceptable. Hey, bro, stop trying to trade rate my man, bro. Let's be cool. Be cool. He's a nice guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. We're chess buddies too. So he's not gonna try to fleece me too bad. Anyway. All that being said, today we're going to make our picks for Week 1. So we're recording this on Wednesday, August 27th. Week 1 starts next week. In the future, we're not going to have this kind of advance notice, but we're too excited. We need to talk about our picks for Week 1. So what we do with our picks here, we don't consult each other about our picks at all, and we don't consult the betting lines either. Although with Week 1 and look-aheads, it's been a little hard to ignore, to be fair. We make our picks on the final score of the game, don't consult each other, and basically what we do is anytime we agree on a spread compared to the Vegas line by at least, and are different by at least 2 points, it's an auto bet. That's what we're doing this year. Last year, if we had done that, we would have hit about 55%. It's not an amazing strike rate, but at the minus 110 odds, we'd be making money. So we figure we did well enough last year. We're gonna roll it this year and do the auto bets this year. So. You can tail us if you want, or you can just laugh at us as we crash and burn, which is inevitably possible. In the end, it's the NFL. And at the end of this episode, we're going to put on some funny hats. We're going to bust out our alter egos and make some special bets, if you will, which we'll enjoy discussing next time we have a recap episode. So, speaking of which, I already teed you up for Week 1, but I think we can just jump right into it unless you got anything else, and you can take us through the first game.
This is all we need, bro. Wait, oh yes, and we both are on the same page here. So okay, so we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Philly to open the NFL season. Philly is favored by 7 points. Vegas has the over/under at 46.5 points. We both got Philly putting up 31. I gave Dallas a respectable 21. We'll give them 3 touchdowns, and Ren's got them at 17 points. I think it's going to be pretty easy for the Eagles to just run roughshod over that Cowboys defense, especially with no Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's the critical.
Yep. Yeah. And honestly, even if he was there, I don't hear very many glowing things about the Cowboys defense. So, Jalen Hurts plus A.J. Brown plus Devonta Smith plus Saquon Barkley plus Dallas Goedert plus Eagles offensive line equals that's a scoring fest. Like
you may very well win the NFC again this year with that team. I don't think there's not enough powerhouses in the NFC, I think, to challenge.
I mean, season long Eagles. I think like a Super Bowl is the only acceptable. Like this was a good season outcome, like reaching the Super Bowl.
At least reaching the Super Bowl.
At least reaching, yeah. Dallas, we'll see. I do for your fantasy players. Dallas this week probably your Dax, your CeeDee Lambs, your George Pickens. They're probably going to need to throw a healthy amount. They got that.
If the defense has some cracks in it, the offense is going to have to throw to keep up, and those players are going to play. I mean, as a fantasy quarterback, Dax should continue to be.
And I want you to name me Dallas's starting running back.
Wait a second.
It's either Javonte Williams, which is probably going to be Javonte Williams, but
it is for week 1. We'll see. I know that I can't remember the rookie's name right now, but there's a rookie that's waiting in the wings. Basically,
Cordon Bleu or something like that.
Jaden Blue, thank you.
Jaden Blue.
Chicken, you're thinking of like a chicken Cordon Bleu. Jaden Blue is waiting in the wings to take him, but I have Javonte Smith still on a dynasty team, so week 1 he looks good. I might try to trade him, so we'll see. If Eric Stormy Lindstrom is listening still, hit me up.
Wink, wink, hint, hint.
I know, I love it. Yeah, so like I said, auto bets. So Eagles -7. I wish it was -6.5, just to kind of cover your ass a little bit, but Eagles -7. They just have to roll. There's no other outcome I can see in my brain than them just kind of rolling in this game. Dallas will get theirs, but I think they're just going to roll.
100%.
Yeah. So the next game, we'll keep moving on. The next game is actually a Brazil game. This is a neutral site game. They did this last year. Actually, your Philadelphia Eagles played in this game last year in Brazil. So this is the Kansas City Chiefs against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chiefs are laying 3 points, I would say, on the road. It's on the road for both of them. And the total is 45.5. And we both have a victory for the Los Angeles Chargers. I gave the Chiefs a little more respect at 24-23. Kurtis, 24-27. Both of us have the Chargers winning this game. I mean, I think both of us are kind of high on the Chargers this year in general and lower on the Chiefs after they had a lot of phony wins last year. I think that there'll be a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover that'll be hard to adjust after that Super Bowl loss. And year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, a lot of offensive weapons still, and Herbert in the regular season before he decided to throw 4 picks in one playoff game, was an elite regular season quarterback, and he should continue to be that. So, this will be another bet for us at Chargers +3 in that game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it'll probably be one of those coin flip, last minute drive type of games, but we got to go with our off-season prediction, baby. We can't be saying all that nonsense that we were saying in the last episode and then come out here and bet against the Chargers. So, we'll see. I mean, especially with Rashee Rice getting suspended for the first 6 games, what's that offense going to look like? I mean, we got Isaiah Pacheco, who was looking a little questionable last year. I know he was dealing with injuries. We got old man Travis Kelce out here on a prove-it year. I'm not washed. Watch. And
he's 35 years old and distracted from being engaged to Taylor Swift now. So
correct. Yeah. So obviously, there's still Pat Mahomes back there, and anything is possible when you got the GOAT back there. But that offense leaves something to be desired. I feel like, and the Chargers team just looks a little bit more exciting. We'll say, but yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be a nice measuring stick game for both of them, just to get a little vibes check at the start.
I agree, and even though I'm picking the Chargers, my main argument here is that really neither one of these teams should be favored in this game. Probably, I just think it should be closer to pick 'em than not. The Chiefs are getting a lot of respect because, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. He's still that guy.
They were just in the
Super
Bowl.
Because
they were just in the Super Bowl with this ragtag ass team that they had last year too. So.
Oh my gosh! And like looking back at what happened to them in the Super Bowl, we were robbed of that Eagles-Bills Super Bowl that you deserve as a Bills fan as well.
100%. Yeah. But that's okay. I'm okay with the outcome.
So yeah, we'll see. Chargers, prove it. We're giving you a chance here. So keep it within a field goal, and we'll be happy.
And I don't know why we do this, because every time that we decide to bet on the Chargers or Justin Herbert or anything LA Charger related, disgusting results. And
very much
yet,
so.
Here we are again, locked in, green cell.
We have
crazy.
If you listen to our predict or our season win total episode that we did a couple weeks ago, we have the Chargers winning the AFC West. So here we are, and watch us make this money disappear.
Yeah. Let's move on. Cardinals traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. The Cardinals are favored by 6.5, over under 42.5. We both have the Cardinals winning this game pretty handily. I don't think we need to spend too much time here. The Saints just named Spencer Rattler their quarterback. That man looked horrible last year. Alvin Kamara is whatever, old 30-something receiver. Olave's unfortunately a concussion away from not being around very much. Arizona, arrows pointing up. New Orleans, first pick contention, like straight out the gate. That's got to be the first pick favorite.
Yep, they're the favorite to have the fewest wins, like plus 300 or 400 or something to have the fewest wins, and deservedly so. I cannot believe when you've got a guy like Kirk Cousins who's just sitting in the back seat to Michael Penix in Atlanta. Like, why are you trying to lose? At a certain point, like, are you trying to lose? And it seems kind of like. I
would say yeah. Like, Tyler, why would you spend that money on Cousins when you could tank and get Archie Manning?
Yep, that's a good point. Tyler Shuck was kind of the front runner, and he must have showed nothing. He's like 25, 26 years old.
To lose to Spencer Rattler,
you must be so upset.
Not great, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to take a big picture moment here and say that we are on the same page with our first three spreads here. Are we dumb or are we onto something?
Yes.
I love that.
We do this all the time. We're generally in pretty good agreement, and like we said, 55%.
Hey, let's run it back. And this is the crazy thing, is that the week one variance is going to be a challenge here. So, moving on to our next game, this again in the early window on Sunday, we have the Miami Dolphins traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are favored by 1.5 points at home, and the over/under is 46.5. And I'm just going to say it. Oh, interesting. I'm just going to say it. I think the wrong team is favored here. I think the Dolphins should be favored in this game. I don't think that the Colts are any good with Hot Dog Jones, as we came to know him in New York. He's not a good quarterback in my opinion, and he's guilty until proven innocent. Now, he does have more weapons around him than he has before. He's probably on a better team.
Best offensive line he's ever been behind.
Yeah, and Jonathan Taylor, I get it. But the Miami Dolphins have a ton of great weapons as well. And I know you're going to ask a question mark about Tyreek Hill. He's getting old. I get it. It's week one. He's not injured yet.
I also have the question mark about Devon Achane, who supposedly will be ready for week one, but has been dealing with a calf for the past couple weeks now. That is in my humble opinion, giant red flag.
That's fair. My pick is more, just to be clear, an anti-Daniel Jones pick, because they're a mess in Indianapolis from the big picture, shall we say, long-term standpoint here, where Anthony Richardson is supposed to be your guy, and he's just very much shown nothing, less than nothing. And so I I personally think the wrong team is favored here in this game, and it should be either way. So I got Miami winning 24-20. Kurtis says 22-17 for the Colts. I see the case. I think that both of these teams win totals of 7.5. I like the over on Miami and the under on the Colts, so I kind of have to put my money where my mouth is, I guess, and take them here. But
Yeah, I mean the vibes in Miami are just not great. I mean Tyreek Hill tried to retire X amount of times in the off season. He's got all kinds of off field stuff going on. So like his production last year was terrible. Like it wasn't great. And Jalen Waddle has not proven to be as advertised, if you will. So, and they lost Jonnu Smith, a top target getter. So, Devon Achane coming back from a calf injury, and I'm guessing I probably just have PTSD from old C-Max situation last year. But
they brought Darren Waller back out of retirement, who I think is totally washed. But he just
started
to your point about
practicing he just started practicing like a week or two ago, so he's not ready. Christian Wilkinson on the defense, retired and was suing the team and blah blah. It just vibes aren't great generally for either one of those teams. I guess I am thinking the vibes are worse in Miami than in Indy, which I was actually a little surprised to see the Colts favored too. To be quite frank, I thought I was picking an upset here.
I think you should. I think you should be picking an upset. To be fair, I also have to be totally honest. I watched Daniel Jones win a playoff game on the road against my Vikings with the 31st ranked secondary, and he didn't win that game. We lost that game by literally letting him do whatever he wanted to do. We had a high school secondary playing against Daniel Jones. So my immediate reaction to that, this was a few years ago, was for the rest of time, I'm fading Daniel Jones because this one win is phony, and everybody's going to use it to say he has more playoff wins than so and so, right? I have to admit it's a bit of a homer thing, even though this is the Dolphins and the Colts. I still have to say it's a bit of a homer thing. I'm riding with the Daniel Jones is bad at football train until he proves to me that he's not, and he has not yet done that. So,
I like that.
We'll see.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so
whose turn is it?
You can go ahead and take this one. I'm actually kind of curious to see how you got this one.
All right, we've got Las Vegas traveling to Boston to take on the New England Patriots. Patriots favored by 3, over under 42.5. I've got the Patriots winning. You have the Raiders winning. That makes complete sense. You're high on the Raiders. I'm high on the Patriots. I have it at a 21-20. I'm going to be honest, I'm not very confident in this pick. You've got 23-16, so you've got a lot more confidence in the Raiders. I just don't really know what to expect from either one of these teams. Like, I kind of sort of have to be high on the Patriots because I'm taking the over on that 8.5 wins. This has to be one of them. Is Drake May going to be as hoped, promised? All the NFL folks seem to love him. Travion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, what's going on there? I mean, both backs kind of sort of got juice-ish.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs has been practicing all offseason. Is he going to be cool with that knee? And then you have the Raiders. They've got a rookie running back who's the, best thing since sliced bread. We've got Brock Bowers, who is the second coming of Travis Kelce. Yep. And then Geno Smith. Full stop. Yeah, and Max Crosby on defense.
Max Crosby on defense. This was one of the hardest games to pick, I think, and it is honestly because of what we already talked about with the preseason win totals here, where I'm higher on the Raiders at their 6.5 and lower on the Patriots, basically because I haven't seen it yet. Is Drake May going to take a step forward? He very well could, but I've seen it from Geno Smith now. We've seen it from Geno Smith. We haven't yet quite seen it from Drake May. And, they got Tom Brady in the leadership now with the Oakland Raiders. There's an opportunity for a revenge against the New England Patriots in Week 1 from that standpoint. But I think this is the Genty sort of coming out party in Week 1. It's going to hit the ground running right away. While the Patriots are still fumbling around with what they're doing with their backfield, the Raiders know what they're doing with their backfield. They're running their pick, Ashton Genty. And I mean, we'll see. But this was a really hard one to pick, and it just seems to me like there's too much offseason hype on the Patriots for something we haven't seen yet for me to necessarily believe it. Could they win 10 games this year? 11 games, sneak into the playoffs? Yes, they absolutely could. It's one of those things where I need to see it to believe it. So
Yeah,
until
I mean,
see
I'm not.
it,
Yeah, I'm not going to push back on that. I
yeah,
will
I mean,
almost certainly look.
But to your point,
Yeah,
this was a hard one to pick. It
yeah,
absolutely was. It's also, it's a road team flying across the country, but it doesn't hurt as much, I don't think, in week one, when you haven't,
agreed.
you didn't play at home the week before or something like that, and you're still licking your
Right.
wounds and you got to fly to Boston, Vegas. But,
Right.
well,
Yeah, I mean, I would also say the next game was actually pretty difficult for me to pick.
this one actually, this one was easy for me, but also hard. I'll just move.
Interesting.
Let me say more about that really quick.
What do you mean by that?
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. I have a
Mm-hmm.
very easy thing that I do, similar to the whole Daniel Jones sucks.
Of course.
Aaron Rodgers is bad, period, at this point. That is how I view this. I could be wrong about this. Could he turn it back on? He absolutely could. But until further notice, he is more of a brand than he is a successful NFL quarterback, and it's really easy for me to just fade him out, right? So that's where I'm coming from. Now, on the other hand, the Jets are not exactly a team that inspires warm fuzzies either. But I'm just expecting here that the Aaron Rodgers is like the opposite of a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. He's a little bitch, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are that blue-collar, hard-nosed, grinded-out kind of football culture, and Aaron Rodgers is the opposite of that. And I am down on them until they prove me wrong about that. So I am taking the Jets to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers by a hilarious barn burner score of 16-13. And Kurtis has the Steelers winning 24-21, has a little more respect for Aaron Rodgers and more respect for these offenses here. But that's basically where I'm coming from right now. I don't think the Jets are good. Their running back situation is pretty good. Their defense should still be good. Justin Fields should be able to run around and escape from some stuff. It's less about that and more about how I just expect that this isn't going to work for the Steelers. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm basically taking the same argument, minus all the Aaron Rodgers stuff, and flipping it around and saying I have more trust to open the season on a positive note from a well-run Pittsburgh Steelers team versus a franchise that has been mired in mediocrity for ever. Like, for as long as I can remember. The most recent decent Jets team that I can remember was led by Mark Sanchez. Which is crazy to think about.
Which is a crazy and wild thing to say.
Yes, and that defense was nasty though. With Darrelle Revis on. Ooh, but
putting the guys on Revis Island, man, that was fun.
Good times.
Yeah. Let me just say this though too. An interesting actual spot here because both quarterbacks are in revenge mode also.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting that the season that Aaron Rodgers missed the entirety of, they won 6 or 7 games, and then Aaron Rodgers came back and they won 5 games. That to me is where I'm coming from. Aaron Rodgers does not. Aaron Rodgers only subtracts from your football team.
Are you saying Justin Fields adds?
I'm not. That is why this was a hard one to pick. That's why I said it was easy, because I knew I was going to take the Jets, but it was hard because I had to take the Jets.
Yeah, and I mean, in fairness, so Fields, he's obviously the dual threat. He's good for a long run that could potentially be a 40, 50-yard touchdown run. It's not a horrible bet to make, but
against TJ Watt though, it's gonna be a long day for him.
I think so. I mean, that Steelers defense is projected to be pretty nasty. From what I've heard, Justin Fields has been struggling in camp. Those two things. Like, obviously, it's preseason and camp and all that fun stuff, and we'll see what happens in live action. But it's not great vibes coming out of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got Garrett Wilson, and then name the next receiver. Let's play that game. Like, it's just like
counterpoint. No.
Yeah, like I don't know. We'll see. So, like, I trust Aaron Rodgers to have his 25 attempts complete 18 to 20 of them, and probably 2 touchdowns, and then Jaylen Warren, some combination of Jaylen Warren and Caleb Johnson grinding out the clock. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's fair.
Uh,
I mean, others have some folks have talked about how the Rodgers to Metcalf connection could be. I'm not going to say on the level of Adams that they used to have, but the back shoulder opportunities and the like sort of big man in the end zone that is just bigger than you and you're too little kind of
I
thing.
want to see it. I had Metcalf on fantasy last year. I watched some of those games. I need to see it.
I
I
agree with you. I agree
for
with
as
you.
big as that man is, I don't understand how he struggles with separate and his fast too. Like it seems like he struggles with separation. Maybe it was just the scheme was trash last year in Seattle. I don't know, but he just like it didn't feel right. It didn't look good to me, and I can't quite explain it because that he's a physical freak of nature, and but so we'll see. I guess is all I'm saying.
Yep. We'll see. I mean, that's that should be the summary of this whole episode. You can just skip the rest of the
Yeah,
episode. The TLDR is we'll see.
we'll
You
see.
know,
Yeah.
but we got to pick something. So well, this will be a fun one for you, Mr. NFC East. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. We got the Giants playing the Washington Commanders in D.C. Commanders are favored by 6, over or under a 45.5. Your boy is picking the upset. We got the Giants winning
Wow.
21-17.
Oh
Ren's
my.
got the Commanders 21-23. Let's go.
I'm sensible, but I tell you what, from a bet standpoint, we're taking the Giants now +6 because I did it. I only did 2 points for the Commanders. The Commanders are a better football team, but I see the argument for the Giants to be better this year. The Commanders should be a better football team. I'll say that, right? Like the way that these teams left off last year. I know that the Giants have upgraded at quarterback now, but is it a big upgrade? I don't. I'm still out on hot dog Russell Wilson also a little bit. So I mean, we'll see. The Giants' defense
But
is supposed to be good.
worse than Hot Dog Jones.
I don't think that. No, I think Hot Dog Jones is worse. As long as we're
That's what I'm
staying with
saying.
the hot dog theme here. But
Of course.
yeah, but I think it ends up being a close game. I can't pick against the team that I think is supposed to be a lot better. I'm down on the Commanders this year, but I don't know. Don't screw this game up.
That
Don't
defense
screw
is
this
about to
up.
go crazy.
Yeah,
That
you're
that
right. That
front,
line is going to give
I've been
that
thinking
defensive
about him.
line is going to give him problems. Daniel
I
problems.
well, I'm just thinking like how are they running the ball? Terry McLaurin just signed his deal a couple days ago. I'm sure he'll come in and play some percentage of snaps, but I don't know how much of a camp he's had. What kind of is he going to be in football shape for this game one? I don't know who this. Oh, they got Debo, I guess, but I don't think at this point in his career he's striking the fear into the heart of others. I guess we'll see. Theme of the episode, but yeah, man, it just feels like a nice this at 6 points division game. I don't know about that, bro. Especially so the one thing I gives me a little pause is I don't know if Neighbors is healthy. He's been dealing with stuff all off season, toe, back, my neck, my back, my toe, and my. But
Old man. He's an old man already.
he's an old man, so I that part gives me a smidge of pause. But other than that, I'm riding, bro. We're picking that defensive front to wreak havoc on the
The
Commanders.
I will stand by the fact that the Commanders should absolutely win this game, but 6 points is too much. They should not be
It's a
favored by six
lot.
points.
It's a lot.
They they just they just should be.
I'm
So
gonna be
yeah,
honest.
I like
The
that. I'm
cow
glad we're on
the
that together.
the Cowboys 7 points sticks out to me a little bit too. Like that's a lot for an NFC East game.
It absolutely is. I mean, and there's so many of these games that are division games in week 1 too, which is really
Yeah,
surprising. I mean,
yeah,
the NFC North is playing in week 1. The NFC East is playing in week 1. Like, what are we doing here, folks? Like, I don't know. I think you can save some of those for later in the season because people will just be excited that football is back. You don't need to put some of these
yeah.
marquee matchups in. I mean, I like the Philly and Dallas one is good for the banner raising. You got to get a rival in there. I get that one, but the rest of these, it's like do less schedule
Yeah.
makers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And like I said, I'm glad we're on that one together there. Giants +6. Lock it in from Football Clowns Anonymous, ladies and gentlemen. All right, moving on. We have a battle of southeastern teams. The Carolina Panthers, who are supposedly improved. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who are also supposedly improved. The game is in Duval. Jacksonville's favored by 3.
Duval.
Duval. And the total is 46.5. Let's take a look. we're both taking the. Oops, screwed that up. We are both taking the Jacksonville Jaguars to win at home in Week 1. I've got 24-16. Kurtis has 23-20. So we can't bet it because Kurtis has it by a field goal, which is exactly the line. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those prove it things. The Panthers had a good kind of end of last season, and I do think that they should be improved this year compared to where they were before. Bryce Young has hopefully, for their sake, figured it out now a little bit more. But we're a little higher on the Jaguars this year. With Travis Hunter being drafted, and this kind of feels like we're starting to get into last chance territory for Trevor Lawrence here. Yeah, they should probably win this game.
Yeah, the Jaguars absolutely must win this game, or the discourse around them to start the season is not going to be great. Trevor Lawrence is still a bum. Is Liam Cohen going to be able to do it? Blah blah blah. You're going to hear it all. Travis Hunter was a wasted pick. Blah blah blah. Especially if he has a rough game. But then, of course, on the flip side of the coin, Bryce Young is the truth. Last season or the second half of last season wasn't a fluke, and blah blah blah. And especially if the Saints look bad, if the we haven't gotten to it yet, but the Bucks Falcons game, if either one of those teams looks a little sloppy, but I kind of agree. Excuse me. I need to see the Panthers prove it a little bit. I have more faith in the Jaguars to prove it than I do the Panthers. And I mean, on paper anyway, the Jaguars just look like a more explosive, exciting team.
Absolutely. And, the Carolina Panthers, of course, just got rid of their number one wide receiver earlier today, Mr. Adam Thielen, coming back to my Vikings.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Of course, wasn't the number one wide receiver. I'm joking about that. But Homer,
the
Homer in me is very excited that our Minnesota native is coming home to us. I don't think that hurts the Panthers all that much. He's old, but he's a good safety net for Bryce Young, and that definitely doesn't help them to get rid of his the security blanket that he has too, or that he provided them too. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I already know you're gonna be on some bullshit with this pick. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Cleveland to play the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati's favored by 6, over under 47.5, which over under 47.5 is wild.
That's a ridiculous total.
That didn't register until I just looked at that now. That's crazy. Which I guess I got them at 47 points. But that's because the Cincinnati Bengals are going to beat the dog shit out of the Browns 34-13.
You did that on purpose. Just to stick it to me.
The Cincinnati Bengals are going to beat the dog shit out of the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, September, whatever day that is. 7th. The 9th, I think. 7th? You have the Cleveland Browns winning 23-21. It's unacceptable. It's irresponsible for you to be putting this garbage out onto the internet. It's irresponsible. It's we're trying to run a business here, my G, and you are trying your hardest to make sure we fail. Everything in your power. Putting the Cleveland Browns to win this game delegitimizes yourself as if you can't even call yourself an analyst. You can't call yourself an NFL fan. Period.
Are we not allowed to pick upsets? I'm just curious.
No, you are not. That's not what you do. That's the Oracle's job. This is the Oracle's job. You, sir, the scholar, are supposed to be of sound mind and reason.
So I'm
and guess what you are not.
And the upsets
guess what you are not, sir.
The upsets I pick are only supposed to be the ones that are the most sensible, right? Like the Dolphins, that you can make that argument, right?
That is correct. 100%.
I get it. I'll be honest with you. The Bengals should absolutely win this game, and the total should probably be what you have it at. Joe Flacco is the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Here's what I'll say. Let's go in a time machine back to September of 2024, where the Cincinnati Bengals had very high expectations coming into the season. They missed the playoffs. Week 1, they couldn't beat the Patriots at home in Drake May's first game. What are we doing? Right?
It's a new season, sir.
And they screwed up so many different survivor picks. The Bengals don't know how to open. Maybe that will be different this year because they played more of their starters in preseason. I get it. But this is let's not forget, this is a road division game and a team that historically does not open well. And you're talking about, Joe Flacco with nothing to lose, going out, slanging it to Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku. And in the backfield with drafting Quinshon Judkins too, and Jerome Ford still got it, still has some left in the tank. We'll see. As we've said many times, the Bengals should win this game, but I have to pick the Browns here because last week or a couple weeks ago when we did our season win totals, I took the Browns to win 6 games this year and to win at least 6 games this year. And this is the one that we're going to go through the Browns schedule, sir. This is one that I said the Browns could win, and I gotta stand by it. So I know I'm wrong, but watch me be right.
You make me sick. And I will not. I said you make me sick, and I will not accept any of this nonsense. I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro. It's a new season. You're bringing up old stuff, bro.
That's what we have. What else do we have to draw from? Come on, man.
Our sensibilities, common sense, reason.
Joe Flacco was old. Joe Flacco was old, 42 years old, and washed. Yeah, I get it. One hit, he's down. And
I can't wait till week 2. And what is Shador gonna do?
Ball out like he did it. Like he did at CU for my Buffs.
I can't wait till week 2, Ren. Oh, I'm not even gonna say anything to you. I'm just gonna look at you like the goofball that you are. I'm just gonna my background's gonna be the score from the Bengals Browns game. Goofy, bro. We got it. What's the next game, bro?
I love it.
Before you lose all of our 0.3 listeners.
I just want you to know that if the Browns win this game, if the Browns somehow win this game, you should put your phone in a drawer for a day. you do not want to hear what I'm going to have to say.
Almost certainly what I will do. And the Bengals would then become my new LA Chargers. Because ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no fucking way. I'm not here for this.
Unbettable in September. You know that the Bengals could lose this game and Joe Burrow will still win MVP for us, so you never know. Almost
certainly. That's the recipe.
Could happen. I understand. I've alienated all the listeners now. Look at the title. Look at the title of our show. That's all I got to say. So, moving on, we have another division game. Yet another division game. My goodness. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are traveling to Atlanta to face the Atlanta Falcons. The Tampa Bay Bucs are favored by 2.5 points on the road. The over-under is 47.5. I am taking the Bucs to win this game 24-17. Kurtis, who has to be high on the Falcons because he said he was, is taking the Falcons to win this game 27-24. That is an interesting take. I'm just simply on the fact that I haven't seen it from Penix yet. I don't necessarily know that he's the guy at this point, but I do know that Baker Mayfield is that guy. He brings a certain amount of energy to this team. They still have their receivers. They've got Bucky Irving now, who's ended last year on a tear and should continue to come back and do the same this year. So it's kind of a prove it spot for me, where I'm going to take the team that has proven it, at least to me, the team that has proven it over the team that we're expecting. But I understand also you can make the same case. Road division game, tough to open. So where's your allegiance to the Falcons here? What's your
It's similar vibes. I just like the vibes of the Falcons better. Like that offense. Drake London, Bijan. We saw Michael Penix for a few games. It was exciting. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to roll with that excitement. The Buccaneers, they lost Tristan Wirfs for however many games. That's a crucial part of the offensive line. They're going to be starting an old Mike Evans who was gifted an 1,000-yard season. Yes, he's still a dog, but he was helped along a bit at the end. You know what I'm saying? You had to pull on the leash a little bit to get him to walk a little faster. You know what I'm saying?
What should have been a kneel down. I get it.
I'm just saying. So, Mike Evans is good, Hall of Famer, of course, but is that the cliff that we just saw last year? And so, Chris Godwin, who you should just accept that trade so I could just stare at you in disgust for the next till that first round pick, and then you blow it on that pick. Fucking goofball. Chris Godwin, he was activated off the PUP or whatever injury list he was on, but that was just so he could start practicing, so they could start the ramp up period for him. So
I don't think he's playing week 1.
He's definitely not playing week 1. He's not going to play until like week 4 or 5.
It's
For
fine.
sure.
I got Javonte Williams. I can put in the flex spot, man, and I'm good.
So they're relying on their rookie wide receiver, who all reports, all accounts, glowing. But let's see it on the field, of course. So there's just you lost your offensive mastermind. Just question marks there, and a lot of similar question marks in Atlanta, of course. But as you mentioned, I picked them to win the division. It starts here, and I like a high-scoring game because it seems like, at least last year anyway, and I'm just kind of rolling off those vibes. Every time they met, fireworks. So I'm trying to see that again. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Kyle Pitts is getting a touchdown in this game.
Kurtis, I want you to know that your retrust for the 4th time in Kyle Pitts, it doesn't disgust me. I pity you at this point. Like,
It's the third time.
You have gone in so many times on Kyle Pitts and been so wrong so many times, and now you're saying this is the year. Like, what is it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Like, good luck to you, sir. I hope that you're right, unless it's in the league that you were talking about doing the Penix and Pitts stack. We haven't drafted yet. It's a good thing we're not doing a fantasy episode, because that also bit me in the ass last year when you made me pay extra for Pacheco, which was a waste, by the way. But
yes, it was. And guess who you should be paying up for again this year?
do you think I'm paying up for Pacheco this year?
You got to, bro.
I'm paying up for Pacheco this year. No. They've got to split with Kareem Hunt there now. So
Kareem Hunt, that's who you're concerned with?
I'm a little concerned. Yeah. He was going into last season looking like an actual bell cow, more or less.
He came off the couch.
They signed Kareem Hunt because Pacheco got injured. He was doing well until then.
Crazy.
We're talking about the Bucs and the Falcons here, and somehow we're on Isaiah Pacheco.
We need to talk about the Niners and Seahawks, because you're out here. You're about to say something crazy again. I can't stop him, folks. I'm trying to reel him in.
Here's another division game for you. So yeah, this one's yours though. Go ahead.
Niners favored by 2.5, over under 45 or 44.5. We have agreement. The Niners are going to beat the Seahawks. I've got a 24-20. Ren, you've got a 27-17. No surprises here. There are far too many questions with the Seahawks. And you know what? If I was feeling ballsy, I'd probably pick this upset too, because you could say the exact same thing about the Niners. Injuries galore, which it's another Niners offseason. At this point, we should be used to it. Everybody and their grandmother gets hurt if you step onto the damn Niners practice field. It's crazy what goes on over there. Like, there should be a study done on the number of players injured over the past 5 seasons at Niners camp, because I bet those numbers would be outstanding, and not in a good way.
Absolutely. CMC will be back this year. To his
Yes, and I mean, it's him, George Kittle, and you're hoping for Pearsall, and so
the loss of Debo definitely doesn't help them. But my fade here on the Seahawks it's more of a fade on the Seahawks for me. Well, I guess it's a little bit of both. I expect the Niners to.
It's a bet on Kyle Shanahan.
Yes. Well, that absolutely true.
Because that boy, obviously he's a whiz. He's one of those. You know what I'm saying? So.
That Super Bowl hangover that they had last year is kind of what I expect from the Chiefs this year, and I expect the Chiefs will bounce back from it. The Niners should bounce back from it this year.
I agree.
Well, it'll be tough. I think for me, part of it is that Sam Darnold is probably a backup quarterback in a user-friendly offense last year, and was made him look like the second coming of Tom Brady for 1 year. And now you send him back outside in an inferior system with fewer weapons.
Sir,
good luck.
The disrespect that you place on Sam Darnold's name when he led your Minnesota Vikings to a 14-win season. He led you to glory. He led you to hope. He led you to pride.
A lot of people have led us to hope. That's where it stops.
Disrespectful, sir. That's crazy. In fairness, though, I did the same shit with Nick Foles. I was like, no, that's not real. We will forever love you for it, but what we watched was not real, even a little bit. And when
Yep.
people were talking about, next season, blah blah blah, I was like, no, well, no. Like,
No.
let's hold our horses.
You need to draft the quarterback of the future. That's what you
Yeah,
really need to do, right? I mean, it's one of those. It's the head versus heart thing, right? I mean, when Stephon Diggs left the Vikings for the Buffalo Bills,
pain.
it was bittersweet in so many ways because I'm like, I will remember you forever for so many. Well, not for so many reasons. I will remember you forever for one very particular
One
reason.
very fun
A day
reason.
that Kurtis will
That
also remember
reason
because
won
he
me a
won
bet.
bet on that play.
That's right.
And
Oh man,
a
and I was
special place
drunk
in my
as a
heart forever,
skunk.
but it was time to be done because he won it
Oh
out. So
yeah, that was a crazy. Hey, bro. R.I.P. the goat.
no RIP.
No R.I.P.
He's playing for the
But
Patriots this year.
yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see how that works out.
I know. Could be a
If
good
it
weapon.
if it goes poorly, if they're not winning games early, he's gonna be wilding out on the sidelines, and I'm curious if Drake May can handle it.
I love it. I
Let's
can't
talk.
wait.
Let's talk Titans Broncos.
For sure. This is going to be exciting for me. I don't want to see your pick. I just want to say
Okay.
that. But the Tennessee Titans are traveling to Denver to play the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 8.5 points in this game. The over/under is 41.5. Cam Ward making his first start on the road. Okay, I don't have to be disgusted. That's good. We both have the Broncos winning in pretty convincing fashion. I have a 28-13 Broncos win. Kurtis has a 26-18 Broncos win. For me, this is less of a knock on Cam Ward, what I expect that he could potentially be, and more that this is your first start, and this is going to be a really, really tough place. This is a hard place to play. I got several reasons for you. One, the altitude. You used to live here. I live here. Not easy. Two,
No.
the Broncos fans believe, and that is not an easy stadium to play in. It is loud,
No.
it is rambunctious, and that Broncos team is stacked. They should be good this year, and they should just cream the Titans in week one on a rookie quarterback making his first start in a hostile
Yeah.
environment. That's where I come from with
That
Cam Ward
that
could be
Broncos.
great. This is
Yeah.
not set up for him for success.
That Broncos defense is nasty. That's not a fun first NFL game defense to be playing against. I know you got Calvin Ridley and who did they bring in? Tyler Lockett. And then Tony Pollard, I guess, will be getting the start because the other guy, Tajay Spears, is dealing with an injury. No. Yeah, the Broncos definitely got this one for sure. Sean Payton offense, all that fun stuff. However, that 8.5 is pretty steep. That's a steep 8.5.
I get it.
I don't know about that.
For a team that last year, yes, they snuck into the wild card and they got their ass kicked by the Bills. Laying 8.5. I know you're at home and you're supposed to be better this year, but I agree with you. Laying 8.5 points at home, or laying 8.5 points at all with a second-year quarterback is.
Yeah, let me see that first. I need to see that first.
I'm actually glad that you're not on this the same way I am because I don't want to bet that. To be honest with you, I don't want to bet that.
You wild
But
boy.
spoiler alert, there's still something coming with. There's still something coming with the Broncos.
We're taking advantage of that line for sure.
For sure. And next up. Well, actually, I want. Go ahead. These aren't my teams, so.
You can take it if you want. No, you can take this one. I
You
understand
know what?
it.
I'll take it because
Please.
we got rivalry vibes here. Suddenly, the Detroit
Please.
Lions and the Vikings we got a little beef after playing with 14 wins apiece last year. We got a little beef. So here we go. Detroit Lions. This looks like I think it's in the afternoon slot on the Sunday. Detroit Lions are traveling to Lambeau Field. Former 1 seed Detroit Lions, are playing the Packers at Lambeau Field. The Packers are getting the respect in this game, despite the Lions being the 1 seed last year, winning 15 games with no defense, which is it's kind of wild to me. But I respect the line. Packers are favored by 1.5. Total is 48.5, and I'm going to take the Packers to win all. There's got to be a mistake in here. Okay, there we go. All right, I was like, what'd you do here? I just want to comment. Okay, so this is an audio medium, so I need to tell everybody what just happened there. I revealed the picks. I have Green Bay winning 27-23, and Kurtis's score had 34-0 Packers.
Hey, bro, crazier things have happened.
I know you got the Packers, but you're not picking the Lions to get 0 points. I know that's not true.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a bad spot I think for Detroit coming into week one road division game. I know you got all your weapons back and whatnot, but the Packers fans, they believe, you know, is Jordan Love that guy? Is he going to prove it this year? They got a pretty good squad in Green Bay, so they should come out flying. That'll be a tough place for Detroit to win a game.
Yeah.
Coming into week 1. I still have Detroit to win the division, but this is not a good setup for them.
Yeah. Another great measuring stick game. I will admit, the scores that I picked, overly aggressive. I just saw the teams on paper and I was like, oh yeah, I need a little bit of a barn burner. This is going to be one of the games of the week, I believe. Because and also, I mean, both of their defenses are pretty good. Lions lost their entire first string and still were respectable, and now they have a nice healthy defense. Aiden Hutchinson's going to be back. It's probably going to be a low scoring game. Packers got a sneaky nice defense. They love to run the ball. Lions love to run the ball. Your pick is a little bit more realistic, but like you mentioned, I've got the Packers winning the division. So this is another got to go with the vibes. Got to go with the vibes and.
No, I absolutely agree. I think that I still, like I said, I like the Lions to win this division, but the Packers, I think, are in a better spot in week 1, opening up at home against a rival here, opening up against last year's 1 seed. It probably will be lower scoring than this. I don't want to touch the total with the 10-foot pole. And by the way,
No.
we did the same thing with totals last year, the same math, and we would not have done 55%. We did way worse than that. So our totals, not good.
Not great.
We're not riding with the totals. We'll still keep track of it this year and see how we do. But taking an over at 48.5, like you said, the Packers have Josh Jacobs. The Lions have that two-headed monster, the Sonic and Knuckles, Montgomery and Gibbs.
Yeah.
Two-headed monster there. Like, this could somehow turn into a 17-16 game somehow.
Yeah. You mentioned for Trevor Lawrence that this feels kind of like a make or break season for Lawrence. I won't say I feel that way about Love, but he's trending in that direction. You know what I'm saying? He puts up great numbers, but the playoff results are not what you want. And the injury history and blah blah blah, sure, but at some point, we need a deep run at a minimum.
I agree with that. I think you're draft. I don't think you're benching him after this year if he doesn't do well, but I think you're definitely drafting his replacement. You're signing somebody to compete with him, basically. To light that fire, it's like that will really be his last chance, I think. I mean, they keep making the playoffs. Assuming
it's his fault that they're losing games, of course. If he's just lighting the world on fire and the defense isn't holding up his end of the deal, that's a different story. But
I feel like Jordan Love and Josh Allen actually have some similarities, but I like Josh Allen better. That when he makes a great throw, you are ready to kiss his shoes, basically, of wow, that was amazing. Look at that dude go. And then once a game, and actually in Jordan Love's case, maybe it's 2 or 3 times a game. For Josh Allen, it's once or twice a game. But you're just what were you thinking? You're trying to play hero ball.
Please
so it's you're an incredible athlete, but also what were you thinking? And if those rack up too much and they don't make those deep runs like the Bills have been doing,
right?
I don't know. We'll see.
It's not great, Bob.
No, I tend to agree. All right, three games to go. I think we're on to the. This is still a late game actually. It's not the Sunday night. They used to do doubleheader Monday nights on week 1, but I don't think they do those anymore on week 1.
So we've got the Houston Texans traveling to LA to take on the Rams. Rams favored by 2.5, over under 44.5. I'm gonna guess we both got. So I took the Texans to beat the Rams, 27-24, and Ren, you've got the Rams winning 28-20. Explain yourself, sir. Well, I guess I need to explain myself.
I think that what was that last? I'm sorry. What was that last thing?
I was just saying the Rams are favored, so I need to explain myself, but I feel like they shouldn't be.
On the road, CJ Stroud on that Texans team did not look amazing last year. They did have some injuries at wide receiver. They lost Stephon Diggs now. The running game has been called into question, I think, earlier in the year. There's some injury concern with Stafford, and they also lost Cooper Kupp. But this is only week 1 for Stafford to not hopefully have blown his back out or anything like that.
That is the one. That's it
at
right
this
there.
point. So I mean, later in the season, but I also picked, and I probably shouldn't have. You made a pretty convincing argument afterwards, and I wanted to change my pick, but we can't do that. We can't dabble with that. I picked the Rams to win the NFC West. So I kind of gotta have things kick off right here. We'll see. But
Yeah, I mean, you touched
tough.
on the main variable. We haven't seen Matt Stafford practice that much, and obviously he doesn't need to. He's a vet and whatnot. But what's going on with that back, big dog?
Good question.
It's not great, Bob. What?
No, it's not.
If he's not playing,
if he can be upright in week 1 and not have lose their leave in the first quarter or something like that.
Right.
I do think they win this game because they still got Puka. They have a great running game with Kyron Williams. So I mean, I think that they can win this game. We're talking about the team that had a legitimate chance to beat the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles in the snow in January. Like, I know they lost Cooper Kupp, but like that's still this team.
You're not wrong. Well, yeah, I don't know that Texans defense nasty like the Broncos, and if Matt Stafford is going to be stiff back there, I don't know what the status of the Rams offensive line is, but they got a pretty nasty combo in Will Anderson and the other guy on the other side. I don't remember what his name is, but the Texans are some dogs, and if Matt Stafford's getting beat up all day, I don't think that's going to bode well for the passing game. And the Texans offense left something to be desired last year, but if Nico Collins could get going, I mean, I don't know if the Rams defense is supposed to be of a caliber that he should not expect, a 150-yard game or something crazy like that. So I don't know. This is more of a play on Matt Stafford's back than anything else.
I get, and I totally get that. We'll see how the injury plays out. I just think that I think that the Rams showed me more last year than the Texans did, so I'm kind of right. Maybe to a fault.
No, 100% correct. If I knew Stafford was 100% healthy, we'd be on the same page.
For sure. Yeah, it's funny. We had a bunch of bets in the very early games here, and now we're drying up. We're drying up real quick, but it's okay.
Yeah,
this is the thing. We don't make a pick for every game because we don't agree. We're just gonna pass on it. But when we feel good, time to ride.
That's right.
Yep. Speaking of it's time to ride, I'm gonna give you. Nope, you get this one. Nope. That one's yours.
Game of the week.
Absolutely.
Ravens Bills. Line is at -5 in favor of the Bills. Over under 51.5. No surprises there. I've got the Ravens winning 34-31. You've got the Ravens winning 28-27. I'm not gonna dick around. I like the Ravens team a lot better than the Bills. It's simple as that. The Ravens probably should have won the Super Bowl last year. Their team looks damn near the same. There's some slight concerns. Derrick Henry with age and the receiving core still looks the same. Blah blah blah. I'm not trying to hear none of that. The Ravens look rock solid. The Bills. Khalil Shakir's coming off a high ankle. Dalton Kincaid looked trash last year. Keon Coleman looked trash last year. James Cook. He's James Cook. I mean, the only reason that the Bills are even remotely given the same respect as the Ravens is because they have one Josh Allen, and I hear you, but top to bottom, Ravens all day.
Oh, you left out. I agree with all of those points. I will echo them, and I'll throw in one extra thing that you forgot: revenge. The Bills are the team that beat the Baltimore Ravens last year in the playoffs in Buffalo, and Josh Allen won the MVP because of it. Because if Baltimore had won that game, Lamar probably gets the MVP.
100%.
You can't give the MVP. Like basically it was, these are the two front runners for the MVP. They're playing in the playoffs. We're going to give the MVP to the one that wins, right? And I'm not saying Josh Allen didn't deserve it. He absolutely did. But that is weighing on the minds, and the fact that that's the team that kept them from probably defacing the Kansas City Chiefs and going to the Super Bowl to play the Eagles, which also would have been a great game. That has got to be weighing on their minds. I still love the Bills this year. I love Josh Allen, but this is completely 100% set up for the Ravens to come in and win this game.
Yeah, I think so.
Like you said, we're not messing around here.
However, this should be the game of the week. Like this is probably the best Sunday night football matchup the schedule makers could have put on our slate
And
for week one.
I wholeheartedly agree, and now you understand my disdain when I told you that I'm taking maternity photos during this game.
No, you allowed your wife to take maternity photos during this game.
I may have made a mistake in the text thread of the verbiage that I used.
Horrible mistake.
Horrible mistake. Basically, what happened was Brianna tried to schedule it for Saturday, and I was like, she tried to schedule it for Sunday, and I said, how does Saturday look? How does Friday look? How does Wednesday at 1 p.m. look? Any other time ever that you can find other than when the Ravens and the Bills are playing on Sunday Night Football? Photographer was just chock full booked. Sunday night or nothing. So I was like, you know what? There are certain things in life that are more important.
To book that.
There are certain things in life that are more important than football. And
I allowed my 8 months pregnant wife to book a maternity shoot instead of watching the Ravens and Bills.
I will neither confirm nor deny that is what I said. However, I will deny that that's what I should have said, and that was not the correct wording for what really happened. What it was I consented to attend because she can book whatever she wants, but man, that's a tough one. Anyway.
Yeah, this is the guy that is betting on the Browns to win 8 games this year. The goofballery, it knows no bounds. It bleeds into his personal life. I've been trying to help him. I've been trying to coach him, and I'm just not getting through to him. He's a tough nut to crack. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say? Sensitivity training starts at 5 a.m.
That's right. We're trying, guys. We're trying.
We're gonna just move on. We're gonna move on here rather than me spinning the wheels in the mud. Might accidentally say something stupid again. The final game of week 1.
Here we go.
This is why I want you to have the Bills and the Ravens. No. I want this one. Yeah. I do. It is week 1 Monday Night Football.
Shit. Here we go.
J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings are traveling to Soldier Field to play Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. The Bears are home underdogs by 1.5 points, and the total is 43.5. And your boy, as much as I love my Vikings, are taking the Chicago Bears by a score of 20-16 in this game. Kurtis has the Vikings winning 30-20. He thinks that J.J. McCarthy's the GOAT. He one time said Vikings to the Super Bowl. Then he picked the Packers to win the North. I don't know which it is. But regardless, this is a horrendous spot for a quasi-rookie quarterback to be making his first start. Road Monday Night Football at a building where fans are believing in the team that they're seeing and have high expectations for this coming year. I like the Vikings more than the Bears this year. The Vikings are going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game. It's not going to make any sense. But I just think that J.J. McCarthy is the rest of the team is going to play just fine. Addison's going to be out with an injury, so that doesn't help, but we do have Thielen now. Again, doesn't help. But I just think that J.J. McCarthy is going to be rattled enough. He's not going to be settled in yet. Give him 3 or 4 weeks, but this is not the moment.
That Vikings defense about to eat up Caleb Williams. This is a bet on the Vikings defense. Though? Stop it. He had those weapons last year.
Not all of them.
He looked awful.
They drafted a couple guys.
He looked awful. So this is a proven moment against a top 5, top 10 defense in the league that just won 14 games. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to hear none of this hype fan base, blah, blah, blah. The Vikings are a 14-win team, sir. Their team also looks largely the same. You know, only difference is we've gone from Sam Darnold, who you have disparaged and called a bum, to J.J. McCarthy, who supposedly has promise. Can't be that much of a difference in quarterback play. The only thing that gives me pause is I don't know what Jefferson's hamstring situation is looking like.
He might sit. I don't think it's clear yet. He might sit. That's the other thing.
That gives me a little bit of pause.
I get it.
Because then you've got Thielen and Hawkinson.
Maybe Hawkinson for sure, but maybe Jalen Naylor, or I don't know.
I think Naylor's injured too.
Oh yeah, the Vikings wide receiver room is a dumpster fire. It's
Yeah,
absolutely true.
so
So it's
that's not great. Not for a rookie.
Slim Pickens
Yeah,
for a quarterback making his first NFL start. I'm just saying. I again, this is just a bet. The Vikings, I like the Vikings better than the Bears this year. This is
yeah,
not a good spot for the Vikings.
yeah.
Just don't think it's a good spot.
We need Jefferson to suit up and be like 80%, 75, 70%.
I would like Jefferson to play, and I would like the Vikings to win this game. But you got to keep in mind too, I can never make an objective prediction with the Vikings. I'm always going to go with the emotional hedge and bank on them being bad because it's easier for me to be wrong and happy than it is for me to be both wrong and unhappy. So
I hear you, sir.
it's a tough call. It's a tough call. But I don't like the spot. But I will say this. I didn't get to say this last week. I forgot to say this. I actually think that after the Bears do win this game, you should take the Vikings over and take the Bears under because those lines will have moved. The Bears might be getting respect up to like 9.5, and the Vikings will be getting disrespect down to like 7.5. You should hit the Vikings over and the Bears under after the Bears win this game because, again, I like both of these teams to regress to what we expect, which is Caleb Williams to be not that good and the Vikings to be a pretty competent team.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. I do like the play of playing on their futures, though. If this does play out, I think that's a very wise move, assuming there's significant movement.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting until we already have a play on the Bears under at 8.5. What I'm saying is we should add an extra play on the Bears if they do win this game because
sure.
I think it's really easy to make excuses for week one, especially then the receivers start coming back, figure it out. Kevin O'Connell's the quarterback whisperer. JJ McCarthy's a national champion.
That's right.
Just saying, and you're right. I think he's going to be better than Sam Darnold was. So, that's where I'm at. I just don't
We just need Jefferson suiting up. That's it.
I get it.
And then all your nonsense should be thrown in the trash with the rest of your takes.
I get it. All right, we're moving into the last segment here. So we're gonna. You want to go first? We're gonna bust out our alter egos here. So those of us who know me as Ren Smith know that I'm also the scholar, and those of us that know Kurtis Pinkney is also known as the Oracle. And right. I see you have your hat on already. You're ready to rock and roll. Let's hear what you got for us this week.
We've got the weekly Oracle parlay. I this just came to me about an hour and a half before the show. But it just made so much sense. I went back and looked at the division winners and the over-unders that I was picking for the win totals that I was picking for different teams. And naturally, my premonition, if you will, it was foretold. This has been coming to me. This has been the culmination of many, many hours of ruminating on the NFL season. I wanted to maybe call this parlay preconceived notions. It's a reflection of everything that I have stood for and will continue to stand for until this season is over and I've robbed DraftKings of everything that they own. This is a 4-leg parlay. I told you that 8.5 line on the Titans-Broncos game was crazy. We're taking the Titans to cover 8.5. The Giants +6 against the Commanders because they're winning that game. They're winning that game.
I respect that.
The Falcons 2.5. We got to take that one. That's a vibes pick. Chargers money line, also very much a vibes pick. But I needed to get a little spicy. Especially we got the Chargers and the Falcons winning the division. We got to get a little spicy with it. You place that 4-leg parlay, you're gonna be coming back. You're like, oh my god, how did he do that? And I'm just gonna have to come to you, and I'm just like, hey, bro, it was written. You know what I'm saying? What's that guy from Dune? Jeez. I'll look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. You gotta work on your.
Al Gaib. Al Gaib. That's him. The guy with the hat.
So bro. Titans +8.5, Giants +6, Falcons +2.5, Chargers money line. Those are some reasonable picks.
Hey, honestly, the first 4 or 5 weeks is when you got to go crazy with the upsets. When Vegas is still trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, you got to throw a bunch of darts at the upsets. That's how I make money every year.
it's also the bettors need to figure out what the bettors don't know what's going on, right? Like you're betting
No,
you're betting on
but
Bo
the
Nix to
Oracle
do it again.
does.
The Oracle does. The Oracle has seen and has foretold with his crystal ball. I absolutely love it. Well, in fashion that I had last year, the Scholar has a number of teaser legs, 6-point teaser legs, which were very much profitable for me last year. And we're going back to 6-point teaser legs for this week. So there are teams here that are not supposed to be favored that are in fact favored, and so we're going with 2 of those. So I have 3 teaser legs for you. The first one, unfortunately for the Oracle, I haven't put my hat on yet. Excuse me. I have transformed now into the Scholar here, as a person who knows how to hit a damn bet with using the 6 points to go across the 3 and the 7, like Stanford Wong once foretold. Broncos will win this game, even though I think the Titans could keep it close, as the Oracle has foretold. The Broncos are going to win this game. Broncos minus 2.5 with a 6-point teaser. They should absolutely win this game. If they don't win this game, the whole off season leading up to this has led me to believe the Broncos are locked and loaded and they are ready to compete for a championship. Don't lose this game to a rookie quarterback. In addition, rookie quarterbacks that should not be favored in week 1. JJ McCarthy. Bears plus 7.5. Keep it within a touchdown at home. Again, both of these picks we're fading quarterbacks making their first start in hostile environments on the road. They should not. They will have a hard time in these games. Vikings can still win, but I think the Bears keep it close. Bears plus 7.5. Last one. Daniel Jones is trash. Dolphins plus 7.5. They should be favored in this game. They're not. So for them to be within a touchdown is totally reasonable. Unfortunately, DraftKings has changed their lines where the two-team 6-point teasers has gotten a little less profitable. So what I actually did was I placed a 3-team 6-point teaser with all 3 of these at plus 140 odds, and we'll see.
Yeah,
as we've said many times
Dolphins
today.
that Dolphins plus 7.5 that's nice. That's a nice one. I like that one a lot. Broncos minus 2.5. I can get on board with that too. Bears plus 7.5. I don't know why it makes me itch a little bit, but
you're high on the Vikings. I get it.
Yeah. How could you not be? I mean, after what they did last year, I mean that's an organization that can turn chicken shit into chicken shit salad. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the phrase.
Somebody says it somewhere.
Chicken salad into chicken shit. Or no, I did it wrong. Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. That's what it is.
Sorry, what did I say?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there, yeah, something.
I get it. But anyway, as we said, we'll see. So
that's right.
It's been fun breaking these down. Good luck to all of you. Better luck to us, obviously. And for our next trick, tune in. Hopefully shortly after the week 1 is finished, we'll do a recap show. Remember to subscribe, leave us a review. Any last thoughts, sir?
Go Bengals. Go Bengals. That is what I think we're going to leave you with.
You have more to lose. You have more to lose at this point than I do.
I do, and I've slowly but surely realized that. Go Bengals.
Absolutely. All right. For the Oracle, Kurtis Pinkney, I'm Ren Smith, the Scholar. Thank you all for being a part of Football Clowns Anonymous, and we hope to see you again at our circus soon.
Peace.